Yeah. All right. I trying to. So Jay, again, I starting now. He was asking if I starting. I starting right now. Okay. And I need to fix this like that. All right. And that's good. All right. Looking. All right. Let's see. We looking good. All right. Yeah. It's TMI. 2025. This is May 17th. And we gotta get set up. We setting up right now. We doing this. We got some stuff to talk about. Oh, and I did not find the disclaimer. I forgot. I didn't find the disclaimer. I need to find the disclaimer. I gone right outside and ignored that I needed to check for the disclaimer. Let me look for that inside the documents and see if I can find that disclaimer. Because I need that. I don't have no disclaimer. These people will ring me right out. You know? And I cannot afford that. But I pray that all is well with all of you. We're going to get started in a few minutes. I just need to get one of the two things out of the way. We got a lot to talk about tonight because, you know, all kind of action has been happening, especially on Facebook. We've been getting all kind of alerts, all kind of juicy stuff been coming down. The church has been getting dealt with, and everybody been taking it a little personal because God has been using Brittany Harris and Omar Archer to deal with them. Down in Grand Bahama, the government recently signed their new heads of agreement for the Grand Lucaya, I don't know if I'm saying it right, hotel. So that is really happening. Yeah, but you know, Grand Bahamas are still skeptical because, of course, the Prime Minister and his cabinet, his government has been making all sorts of promises, and these things ain't been happening. So maybe we can see if this one really comes true. And one of the things that they highlighted is the fact that the government of the Bahamas had gotten a $1 billion loan access or something like that from the China Exim Bank, and the government promised to take 200 million out of it. And how much they take out? They say 400 million, then they turn around and say it was 200 million, and then we don't know. But Grand Bahama still has not gotten their airport. They're still waiting on that. So it is what it is. You know, we have had a lot of things going on down here in Eleuthera with all of these schools. Preston H. Albury is going to be on the broadcast tonight. The bus driver is going to be on the broadcast tonight. We can be talking a little bit about some of the politics going on in the country tonight. So we're going to try to give you a little bit. Now, listen. You know, Brittany Harris is my friend. We're on Brittany level. We're on Island T level. We is just Eleuthera. We can get there. But Brittany, good to see you. We appreciate you on the broadcast. Brandon Drakes, Gan LP, Bastian Green, all the way in Mangrove Key, Andres. Ganel, I see you all have these LL shirts. In South Andres and Mangrove Key in South Andres, they have these LL shirts, and they're not called. They're supposed to be Leon Lundy, because Leon Lundy, the MP for South Andres and Mangrove Key, or Mangrove Key in South Andres, is his initials are LL, but on the shirts, LL is Lousy Lundy. I saw that today. I hoot. Yeah, man, Ganel. I'll say this straight. Lousy Lundy. They doing Lundy right in. So this is going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. Tonight we're going to be talking about the traffic accident that occurred at the glass window bridge, and the one that occurred in Greencastle, as well as there was one, not Greencastle, that occurred in Deep Creek, as well as there was an accident that occurred in Spanish Wells involving a young lady that works for Tiza Ross, which is Play Suitings Company. She was driving her vehicle, and the boat turned and tore her vehicle right open. We did have the video inside the TMI WhatsApp group. Now, of course, you guys know we ain't doing this just like that. We we got to talk about Less Time Quest. We will be talking about the farm concert. That was off the chains. We want to tell you about that because I was there. I had me a wonderful time. Terry Pinder, Anita Hanna, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Who else is on the screen? We got a couple of people on the screen. Lisa Gomez, good to see you. Island Tea is definitely in the building. Lantisha Panaman, good to see you. And so, yeah, man, we doing things tonight. Island Tea has been rocking the church. The church has been rocking from the outside, you know. And the other night I was watching, not watching, but I saw, the other afternoon, I saw a video from Carol Moss. I was catching a little piece of her video. And Carol Moss is fighting where the Christian Council refused to tread because she's trying to, rather than trying to address the issue that is happening with respect to these sissy pastors who are destroying, hey Jay, that's Jay Hailing, y'all. These sissy pastors who are destroying the church, Carol Moss is attacking Brittany Harris. Carol Moss, you know, I always look at some of your stuff on Facebook. I always thought you'd need to go to God. Some of them things you be saying don't be in line with what is the will and word of God. So yeah, that was no surprise to see you. They did lock up Omar Archer this week. I don't know why. They know when they lock up Omar, they still have to let him out. I don't know why they lock him up in the first place, but it is what it is. And he has to tread lightly. But the thing is, with us here, there's this crew of people who have been selected, if I use that term. There's this crew of people who've been selected, who God has risen up to become voices for the downtrodden, for the less fortunate. And so when you hear Brittany Harris speaks, God is using her voice. When you hear me speak, God is using my voice, because he can't use the voices of the churches. He can't use Glendon Road, and he can't use Trent Davis, because instead of going to the front door, they go into the back. Anyhow, it is, you know what? I stop. I'm going to behave myself. I'm not going to get, you know what? I ain't letting them. Yeah, this is a disaster. And the major man, this is a whole week of disaster. And listen, every day, I was living on Island Tea, just checking out my Facebook screen. But somebody needs to speak up, and the time to speak up is now. And for those who don't wish for people to speak up, I'm so sorry. The Bible says, if the church doesn't speak up, if the leaders don't speak up, if the people who ought to speak up don't speak up, then the rocks and the stones are going to cry out. And the rocks and the stones are people like Brittany Harris, myself, Omar Archer, and all those voices that are speaking up against wrongdoing in our country, in our churches, in our communities. It has to happen. Shamika Coldbrook, how you doing? Rochelle Forbes, good to see you. We appreciate you. Let me say, TMI 2025 is now live. I got to send this link out, and then everybody, I need you to go on your page, right up under your thing, share the broadcast. Sally said, don't talk about no raw tonight, because you ain't safe. Yes, we will not. I tell them, somebody put on there tonight, say, these people they ain't concerned about the rod of correction. They put it up on Facebook, and I said to them, I said, please don't say rod, because these pastors, some of them might get excited when you talk about rod. It's a disaster. Tonight, TMI 2025 is now live. I wanted to go to South Andres homecoming, but I had somebody call down there, and they said there's no accommodations available. People cannot find anywhere to stay for the South Andres homecoming that is slated for June. The Labor Day weekend, of course. My South Andres is my home. That's my place, and I would have loved to have been there, but I will not be able to be there if there's no accommodations, right? But you know, I'm going to send my best regards, and I'm going to tell South Andres, don't simply put lousy Lundy on your t-shirts. When you go in the polling booths, make sure the people know he was lousy and get rid of him. Stop encouraging, because you know what does annoy me? These people that say, oh, the MP ain't no good, the MP this and he that. And then we don't do nothing for them. He's be no good and be lousy, and they still go there and vote for him. And they still go there and indulge him. Don't let them get him one bear or one chicken or one soda or something like that. That's it. They're doing all kind of things. So, it is what it is. We don't need that kind of thing when it comes to our representatives. Go and vote right, vote wisely, vote sensibly. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, I talk for everybody. I try not to take sides. I try to be as fair as possible. I try to give the best information as possible. It is what it is. Lorna, how you doing? Lorna, were you here today? Did you come down for the funeral today? Did you come for the funeral? Lord of mercy. The magistrate was here to speak. And I got to tell you all about some of the things that happened in court. The magistrate had to talk to these people. The police had a situation. We had a good situation with the police on Sunday, but we had a bad situation with the police during the week. And I was at court to see it all. But yeah, the magistrate was here. They have a new magistrate in the person of Darren Roll Davis. And he did an awesome job in Eleuthera. And he will continue to do that job until dispensing with a lot of these cases that have been going on for so long. And yes, he's represented the justice system well in Eleuthera. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, persons were treated fairly and equitably, and they should have no reason to complain because he dealt fairly with them. There's something I need to mention tonight that's very important, and I forgot to mention that. Greencastle, I need y'all to pay attention because I got one piece of news for y'all. I got one piece of interesting news for y'all. Very, very interesting news. I got to make sure I put that here because I got to put that down. All right, let me put that right here. I need to mention that. I forgot that. That totally slipped my mind. And I can't leave that out because that was too hot. When I learned that in court this week, I nearly fall out. All right, so all them people in Greencastle who buy land and then all that other stuff, I got one piece of news for y'all. It's just a little piece. I ain't giving y'all too much. I can't tell y'all everything that was said because some of the things that was said was not actually said. Oh Lord, the loaner, your passport didn't come through. That is so sad. Oh my God. That is so unfortunate. Lord. But still try to get the passport through and still do a trip inside here. All right. Danielle Wedderburn. That's an interesting name. All right. 1 second. So let's see what we doing here. All right. I got it right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else is going on. Give me 1 second. Like I said, share the video, please. Share the live. So go and click share, and then under your under your live, type follow or comment under the video. I'm going to show you how I do it, and then I want you to do the same thing and that will cause the persons who are your friends or who connect with you to be able to get the live as well once you share the link with them. We talking Eleuthera business, we talking the Bahamas business, we talking everybody business because I start my own business. And the first thing I got started was how I almost going to jail the other day. I got to tell y'all, I had two situations. I definitely have to tell you. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. I can tell y'all all this stuff is gonna be y'all gonna hear all about it in short order. I just trying to make sure I share the link and get it out there to everybody so that you could know what's happening. All right. Now give us a second. All right. I think I got this. I need to now. Y'all know I need to set up the TikTok. Say Terry Valley. Hey, you calling this name? It's MP name. Yeah, Terry the Valley. No, I calling this MP name. Terry the Valley. Listen, ain't me. I'm wondering if Terry wasn't behind paying for those shirts. David Andre Bartlett, good to see you. Daniel Wedderburn is all the way in Jamaica. I don't know. I'm wondering if Terry is behind, knows who's behind those shirts that were created. So the shirts say Lousy Lundy. LL. Lord of mercy. Yeah, boy. When you had enough, you had enough. TMI. We were at the farm the other weekend. Man, the concept was off the chains. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. For those who caught the broadcast, it was really good. We had all that good music now. And I had a wonderful time Man, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself bringing the broadcast to you. And I'll say this, Facebook, TikTok beats you all in the views. You know, Facebook normally have all the views, but TikTok during the live broadcast. Oh, I got the camera backward on the thing. During the live broadcast in the farm, Facebook, TikTok beat Facebook in the views, and normally I just have more viewers on oh Jesus Christ, I done some oh crap. Oh okay. I normally have more viewers on Facebook. I had more views on TikTok. Alright, now we can cut this short. We ain't going into nothing too long. And I started late. It is 9:14. Just say with me, just recite with me. You all know Psalm 23. So let's recite Psalm 23 together and then let's move on. Psalm 23 says, the Lord, Jahiz, bring me a towel and come turn this fan down for me, please. Psalm 23 says, the Lord is my shepherd. I say, you cause a whole marriage from Felicia at the farm. Oh my God. Sam, Stanley, I do not know what you're talking about. I ain't getting in your business. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley and the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest mine head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Veronica, Heaven Sent Hepburn, good to see you. Janice Jones, good to see you. We appreciate you. Carolyn DeVoe, we thank you for being here on this broadcast. Check one, right? And y'all can hear me, right? And Lynette say, this is Lynette all the way from Grand Bahama. And Queen Leah, greetings to you. We appreciate you, darling. That's on the TikTok screen. Everybody kicking up there. Danielle better Brian saying, but you see what you want. Danielle, you need to repent in the name of Jesus. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our live tonight. This is TMI Live. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Like I said to you, drama from the courts, the new magistrate, the accident, how I almost went to jail. We want to talk about character matters tonight, definitely, because we got an interesting story on character matters. We can talk about Haitian Flag Day, because today is apparently Haitian Flag Day. Talia, how you doing? You all right? Yeah, that's Talia. Talia, I see y'all got some T-shirts with LL on it. Lousy Lundy. Where y'all get them shirts from? Who is the sponsor? We're going to talk about this situation in Governor's Harbor where this this parent went after this 6th grade student. We're going to talk about, let's see what else. I going up. We have a situation going on in Green Castle where education and social services has turned a blind eye to the children ditching school. We want to talk about last time class. We want to talk about the runaway jailed teen who ran away. You know, she ran away, had some sex, and the fella gone to jail for it. We can tell you all about that. We're going to talk about the Bahama striping dilemma. We're going to talk about Oatmeal Reid. Oatmeal is back, and Oatmeal is handing out money to different people. Hey, Manfred, how you doing? Oatmeal is giving people money now and telling them to attend his I guess church services. We can talk about how Brittany Harris and Omar Archer has turned the church upside down after exposing all of these sex and gay scandals. We can talk about that. We can talk about what's happening in the F&M. We can talk about William Hunt and his fight for the nomination for South Eleuthera. We're going to talk about the nomination for North Eleuthera. Is it Ricky Mackey or Aldred Albury? We wondering. We need to find out. D'Angelo, how you doing? All the way? D'Angelo is all the way in Crooked Island. All right. And then we're going to talk about that sermon, that message that I spoke, He Who Laughs Last, and that was a message that I did in relation to COI. And then if there's anything else that y'all need me to talk about, we can talk about it. Just put it on the screen and we can talk about it. But what I do need to do is I need to go on the screen and I need to highlight something very important. Hold on one second. First of all, I need to highlight this live and get it to where it needs to go. Okay, new customers can easily start a conversation through Monday. Okay, no. Okay, let me do this link up 1 second. Let me pin this. All right, I pin that. All right, then after I pin that, I need to. I still have on my shirt, my boatman shirt. Yeah. Terry Pender said, better be Ricky Markey. Terry, well, listen, I've been hearing little talks. I don't know how true the talks is. Somebody send me some information, and I can only tell you what they've been telling me. They've been telling me all kind of things, and so I am telling you that I heard it, and I'm going to ask the question tonight. Of course, persons are still challenging and concerned about what's going on within the FNM because they believe that there is a leadership crisis going on. So they don't feel that the convention brought a proper conclusion to the leadership crisis of the Free National Movement. And so, yeah, that is now raising some issues throughout the length and breadth of this country. All right? And so, yeah, it is what it is. Now, all right, let's get started. All right? Somebody say, not Ricky, who tried to bring the... Oh, Jesus. Brittany said, not Ricky, who tried to bring the stolen car through customs. Say, oh Lord, Brittany, oh Jesus, oh Ricky is my friend. Ricky is my friend. Like what's the next fella name? Petty is my friend. Brittany said, I know you got say a soft spot for Petty. Anyhow, that's it. Oh Lord. Okay. Anyhow, Ricky. Brittany coming at you with some allegations. We can see where that goes. And Brittany the other day exposed all of the telephone numbers of the MP and cabinet ministers and all those persons. And so if you need to find them, she actually has a link to her page with every telephone number. So if you need to reach any particular person in the halls of government, I'm talking about your MPs now. She actually has, she doxed all of them, and all of their names and their numbers are up and public, and you can go right on her page and literally see it. Delana, how you doing? Delana said, good night, Gibson. God exposing the wicked. He using Brittany and Omar to expose the demons, and that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Brittany says she going to say, oh Lord, oh Jesus, the Lord is my shepherd. Brittany said, no, the morning. Brittany, you know what? Okay, this one. Man Sanders says, good night to the Zoes. The person you're looking for is Dan Butler. Okay, I'm looking for Dan. No, I don't know that I'm looking for Dan Butler, but okay. All right. So tonight is, okay. Let me see what they're saying. Let me see. Okay, this is on the TikTok. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's just get through. Let's just get started. And I don't want to be long. I'm going to try not to be long. I am very long-winded. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TMI. It's all alleged, and it is all alleged. Jay's come for this phone, please, for you, mommy. It is all alleged. Say, please don't see what you want. All right. Jay's, come for the phone, for Jesus' sake. My technician is doing me bad. He's really doing me bad. Y'all pray for me. I need a new technician. What the hell? Okay. I don't know how somebody's tying my broadcast with something where I'm a host on something. I don't know who did that, but I didn't do that. How they get to my thing? Oh, what the hell is going on here? Why are they doing my TikTok broadcast? They doing my TikTok broadcast and no, what's going on? Y'all hold on, something's going on my TikTok. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Says you may get no, what the hell is this? I set up my thing. I didn't set up my thing for all this broadcasting thing, and I don't know what's going on here. All of a sudden I see myself in some thing. Anybody know how these TikTok things work? I might have to start this over, because I don't know what's going on here. No, I invite nobody. I know what this is. I know. Y'all can hear me on the TikTok? Can you all hear me? Because I don't know. This thing here, what's going on? I don't know what this is. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't even know how this happened. Can you all hear me on the TikTok? Y'all are lost on the TikTok. I'm very lost on the TikTok. Let's see. Let me. I might have to start the TikTok over, eh? Okay. So Sugar says she can hear me. Sweet Lips says she can hear me. All these other people, I don't know how this screen here. They're talking about this. I have to open up the screen later on to talk. We ain't gonna talk now. I don't know what's going on in the TikTok. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TMI. It's all alleged because it's all alleged. Everything we say is alleged and unconfirmed unless we say otherwise. All right. TMI is a production of ALG Media and Communications. We do conduct promotions and we do accept sponsorship. If you are interested in supporting TMI, please reach out to us at telephone 242-473-8566. All right, you can send us a WhatsApp communication. You can call us. We prefer the WhatsApp communication because at least we can remember that communication and do it with somebody else. All right, and then it says if you are interested in joining the TMI WhatsApp group, just give us a call or send us a message at 242-473-8566 and say, I want to be in the TMI WhatsApp group. Listen, not only I have a WhatsApp group, but Brittany Harris also has a WhatsApp group. Her WhatsApp group is Voice Your Opinion. And in that, now, of course, Brittany Harris group is very discretionary. So any and everybody joining that group. Brittany Harris group is extra special, and so you gotta be how do I say you gotta be of a specific type character because Brittany is short of patient. But she has an awesome group. All right. No man, TMI don't give it. Listen, our TMI group is doing well. It's just Brittany say the WhatsApp group just give you AIDS. Oh Jesus! No, Brittany, you mixing that up. That's WhatsApp group, not Golden Gates. Golden Gates might give you AIDS, not the WhatsApp group. We ain't doing that. Anyhow, now to our disclaimer. The content shared on the TMI platforms, including broadcast, WhatsApp groups, and live discussions, consist of allegations, claims, and information that may not have been thoroughly vetted or verified. TMI does not endorse, accept, or validate any stories, accusations, or allegations presented unless officially confirmed by credible sources. All individuals mentioned in any shared content are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewers, readers, and listeners are strongly encouraged to evaluate the information provided critically and await official statements or investigations before forming any conclusions. Furthermore, TMI may include references to copyrighted material under fair use principles for purposes such as news reporting, education, commentary, or criticism. No copyright infringement is intended. If any copyrighted material has been used in error, please get in touch with us and we will promptly address the matter. By engaging with TMI content, you acknowledge that all information shared is alleged, unconfirmed, and unverified unless explicitly stated otherwise. Viewers and participants should exercise discretion and caution when interpreting or sharing the material. All right? That's us. That's our caution for the day. Man, don't know more than that. Now I gotta go find my screen where I had all these stories on what I was telling you all about. Okay, got the stories. Ready to go? Now let's get on with this business. All right. So, 2 days ago now, we had a bad traffic accident in Gregory Town where we lost Kevin Richards of Greencastle. That was a blow to the Greencastle community and a blow to South Eleuthera as a whole. Now, there have been speculations as to how or what may have transpired involving Kevin, but it is alleged, persons believe that he may have had a seizure. Now, he normally handled himself well, and unfortunately, things did not work out, and so he is no longer with us. And so we mourn his loss along with his family. We pray that those who are connected to him would find comfort in his memories and the times that they shared with him. All right. Now, in Spanish Wells, one of Clay Sweeting's employees at Tees R Us was involved in an incident where they were driving down the road. The lady was driving to pick up her husband, and while she was driving, this boat, boom or whatever, or anchor or whatever, turned from over the sea, over the land, directly in the road, and tore the roof of her car all open, almost putting her life in danger and almost owning her life. She was fortunate enough to be able to survive that incident, but the car did not make it. The car, a Nissan Cube, was completely, pretty much destroyed, written off. And so, Stanley, I have not had the discussion with Rance, but yeah, I know people will not be endorsing lousy Lundy. We're not in South Andres. All right? Anyhow. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I got distracted by Stanley. So, yeah, the young lady is okay, I believe, by all accounts. It's just that now whoever owns that boat will now have to buy her a car. All right? In Deep Creek on Sunday, after I came from the farm event in Nassau, we were greeted, as soon as I got to the airport, as a matter of fact, I was alerted to a traffic accident in Deep Creek involving Cardero Anderson. That on Sunday was actually Cardero's birthday. Decent young man, one of the young men who's a model citizen in this community, and so he's a diligent worker at his employment, and everybody knows him and understands him very well. Very respectable young man, is churchgoer, all that good stuff. He was involved in a serious traffic accident on Sunday, but he is recovering well. Interestingly enough, we got to the scene, and when we got to the scene, when somebody told me, they said to me, Marvin, why are you at the airport and not in Deep Creek where they had this traffic accident? So I asked him about the information, and I threw the information in the group very quickly, and I made sure that gave as much detail as what I knew was possible based on what they told me. Because when we get information about accidents, we only can report whatever information we get. We only report what we get. People may give us incorrect information. It may not necessarily be true. So we're not reporting it as if it's confirmed. We're simply alerting people to what's happening. If you know the correct information, please reach out to us and say, no, that's not the correct information. This is what it is. And we will try to adjust it as we report. So don't expect, even the news may report the wrong information because they don't get the correct information. These things happen. But you have some person who jump down after you. Oh, you gotta know the business first before you talk it. Oh, Jesus. The world would never move forward if we were to move on things like that, you know? So anyhow, we got the report about Cardero's accident. We reported it in the group, and then we came down to the creek. We saw some persons around the vehicle. There was a young lady collecting some stuff, and she's like, oh, don't put me on that TMI. I said, ma'am, I ain't putting you on TMI. I said, we're actually waiting for you to move. She said, okay. I said, she said, I only moving these things and giving it to and securing it for him. I said, ma'am, that's not a problem. I said, we need more citizens like you. Man, she hit the roof. Brittany, you too short of patience, man. Brittany, behave yourself. So anyhow, I told the young lady, I said, you know what? It is what it is. I said she started carrying on. Then there was another old lady from Deep Creek, old lady. I don't know her. I probably should have known her, but I don't know her because irrelevant. Now, she should be relevant, but she's not relevant. I don't know her, but she was there carrying on. Oh, and that TMI, he this and he that, and you ain't supposed to be here recording these people and this, that, and all kind of things she ran over. And she goes to me to nowhere and saying all kind of things to me. And I wanted to do the broadcast, but I wanted to give her moment to say what she needed to say. So she said what she needed to say, then I started to record, but she was still talking. As a matter of fact, if anybody listens to that video, you could hear that I was a little bit off because I was a little bit distracted by her running on with her foolishness. Put the information in the group anyway. Then everybody dispersed from the scene. Then the police came in their private vehicles, by the way. One of the officers was driving the private vehicle because there was no police vehicle there. And when they arrived, they said to me, I was still on the scene, they said to me, hey, Gibson, say, because they know me as Gibson, because, you know, I used to be on the force until they fired me in April of last year, not this year, last year, April. So they said, hey, Gibson, what's going on? I said, what information you have for us? I said to them, basically what you see in the TMI group is what I put there. So they said to me, yeah, man, thank you for that. Thank you for putting that information in the group. They said, because that's how we know about the accident. Say, nobody called the station. Now, they called the station after the officers left. That was a different story. But they said, up to the time that we saw this information going in your group, no one called the station. No one called the station. So these officers used the information in the TMI WhatsApp group to come and address that emergency in Deep Creek. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so TMI is doing what it needs to do to present the information. We are doing our best. And I ain't gonna say we're perfect. We're not perfect. Sometimes we talk to people business. Sometimes some things end up in there that probably should not be in there, but not that I care. If they put it in there, they put it in there. It is what it is. My own business is going there. Speaking of which, I can tell you about some of my business tonight. we thank God for Cardero. He's doing very well. He's recovering well. And we're going to continue to pray for him to continue to be okay. And then hopefully we could probably get together and help him and his mommy to get the car back that was destroyed as a result of that accident. You know? Tiffany, all is well. I am right here, keeping busy, but it is what it is. So listen to this. I didn't tell you all about this earlier, but week before last, I almost went to jail. Let me tell you all how. Somebody gave me their credit card. They had some money for me, and I was supposed to use their credit card to take the money off their credit card. Right? So I get to I know about that. I get to the store. I went to the store. Now, their credit card and my credit card, both are RBC credit cards. The little blue ones, the blue and white ones. And so I made sure I put their credit card in the one section of my wallet, and I put my credit card in the other section of my wallet. Now, when I went to the store to make a purchase, I was purchasing the same fan, as a matter of fact. The fan? Yeah, the fan and some cleaning supplies. I took out the card, not real, and I handed it to the lady, and I charged it for the $54. And I said, take $54 of the card, and I can give you $20 cash. So she charged the card for the $54. So now the other day, I'm in Hatchet Bay, and I get a message. I see a message from my friend, and she's like, Marvin, something happened with my card. I see a charge of $54 and so forth and so on. That time, my mind, the $54 that I charged, I didn't forget that a long time. So they said, and it just came through today. I said, well, no, that could not be me, because I didn't give you your card, because I did give them their card back. I said, impossible. Sure enough, so one man tell me, go and check your own card. So when I checked my own card, and because I remember the $54, I realized my card did not show a charge for the $54. And I didn't tell the person, no man, somebody stole that card, call the police right away. I didn't tell them call the police. I was going to jail. The owner of the store saying, let me go on the camera and see who it was who run this card. They had see me up there laughing. Because I be talking and laughing everywhere I go. So they had to see me there laughing and going right to jail. Jesus Christ, have mercy, God. I had to call the girl and apologize. I said, darling, it was me. I charged the $54. I honestly did not know that. I am too ashamed. I was so ashamed, embarrassed, almost gone to jail, just like that. But anyhow, God is good. Thank God we were able to resolve it quickly before I went to jail. And so now we move on to the next situation. Some time back, I spoke to you about a situation involving the F&M. There was a situation involving a F&M meeting where the young lady said, character matters. And it was in relation to the F&M Association in Eleuthera. And she said, character matters. And so I forget it, because that was a whole thing. Character matters. She said character matters. And what was interesting was that this young lady who was saying character matters, when character should have mattered in relation to them, it didn't matter. They were destroying homes and destroying lives, destroying relationships, and character didn't matter. But now all of a sudden character matters is relevant. So tonight we're going to call this young lady Character Matters. So anyhow, Character Matters happens to work at the high school in South Eleuthera, right? And there was a meeting involving Character Matters, a parent, the child of the parent, the principal, and I guess whoever else was in the office. Now, Character Matters and others told the parent, you cannot record the contents of this meeting. So you cannot record the contents of this meeting because it's against the law, and we will have to call the police and this, that, and that. This is what Character Matters told the parent. So the parent did not record the meeting. The meeting was held where the parent spoke, her son spoke, the principal spoke. I don't know if Character Matters spoke. Maybe she did speak, but she was a part of this meeting involving the parent's son. Now, And, Character Matters probably doing it because Character Matters have some issues of her own. I understand Character Matters' son got caught at his school with vape. But that's a different story. I'm just saying. So anyhow, they told the parent, and this is because the parent was upset. They told the parent, you cannot record this meeting. So anyhow, they had the meeting, and that was it. And then all hell broke loose with Character Matters in her relationship. Character Matters is involved with a gentleman, a former law enforcement individual, and Character Matter and the gentleman had a domestic dispute. And as a result of that domestic dispute, the gentleman tore the place where they live apart, move all his work, whatever. He take it personal and he tear everything. He behaved like Leslie Miller. When Leslie Miller did get a woman toilet and all. That's what Character Matters, the gentleman did. So the police arrested the gentleman. Now, once the gentleman was released, the gentleman turned around and sent to a number of persons the recording that Character Matters did of that meeting at the high school that she told the parent they could not record. Character Matters told the parent, you cannot record this meeting. But while unbeknownst to the principal, unbeknownst to the parent, unbeknownst to other persons in that meeting, Character Matters recorded the meeting, and her ex-boyfriend wound up with that recording, and he proceeded to send that recording to a number of persons. The parent is now concerned because they called TMI and say, what can we do? Because it's not fair that they told me I could not record the meeting, and now here it is. The meeting is recorded, and a bunch of persons have the recording and sending it to me. Asking me, is this you, mommy? Is this your son? Is this the principal of the school? Yeah, this is what happened now. Because Character Matters didn't behave like character actually matters. But that's what's going on. I understand the principal is very disturbed, and he's saying that he is going to pursue this matter with law enforcement because he's offended that he was recorded in this meeting. Now, I don't know that there is any legal grounds that they can, or legal action that they can take as it relates to her recording the meeting. There may be, but I'm not aware of it. I need to brush myself upon the law as it relates to recording persons without their knowledge. But what I will say is, the principal can address it with the Ministry of Education, because this is a very concerning behavior. Very concerning. It should not happen. Character Matters should know that, like Tiffany Miller is saying, integrity matters. Clearly, Character Matters don't have that integrity. It's a whole disaster. But it's happening right here on South Eleuthera. And we're going to sit down and we're going to wait on more information. And as this story opens up, we can tell you all more about it. All right? It is what it is. And character matters. Character matters. All right? Now I need to fix this thing because I don't like how this thing doing. I don't want this to do like this because I suppose I want to highlight from my TikTok. I can't even do this. I know what I can do. All right? Anyhow, let's move on. I did go to court this week. They called me for court on Monday. Thank God my attorney, Maria Daxon, was at court. And she was able to tell them, no, I did not miss, my client did not receive any notice to appear to court on Monday. Then she was gone. As a matter of fact, I was riding with Maria Daxon on Tuesday when I got the call from the police, Officer Brown, telling me that I needed to appear to court, that they were calling my name. And I told Brown I did not receive notice to appear to court on Tuesday. He said, oh, well, you have to come because they are going to issue a warrant for arrest. I said, how? Brown, and I tried to call Brown. He ended up hanging up. I tried to call him back. I did not get him. I did reach out to the administrator's office, and then they reached back out to me, and they told me that I would appear to court on Wednesday. I did appear to court on Wednesday, and all of my matters have been adjourned. But don't understand, Marvin, before you, all kinds of stuff was hush hush. Yes, Delona. Anyhow, so all of my matters have been adjourned to October 27th. Let me see. What date is that? October 27th? What day is that? Not date. What date? So all of my matters have been adjourned to Monday, October 27th. So Monday, October 27th, God willing, that should be happening. Next week, this coming week, they are going to be having the Bannerman Town case is going to be taking place next week in Governor's Harbor. And so they're going to actually have court in Governor's Harbor on next week. I think that's Monday. Today is, let's see, Monday? Monday, the 19th, the Governor's Harbor case is going to take place in Bannerman Town. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. That's going to be in Governor's Harbor. And that's the thing to do with the communists, because as you know, that's to do with the Bannerman Town Association. As you know, they have two associations now. One with Keith Thompson and the other one with the McPhees in charge. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out on Monday in Governor's Harbor. All right. The new magistrate that you have is Magistrate Darren Roll Davis. Samuel McKinney is no more. Thank God. To God be all the very great things he has done. I am not complaining. I'm very happy he's gone. You know, I thank God for Mr. Roll. Mr. Roll I know him many years ago from South Andros. He's a fair gentleman. He don't take sides. And he has been handling court very well in South Eleuthera. And I'm sure he's going to be handling the rest of the district as well. But he's been doing a massive job, and I want to commend the government and those in authority who decided to send him to deal with the burden system here in Eleuthera and to dispense with a lot of the cases, and he has been doing a very good job of that. And persons who have been going before the courts have been very pleased with the decisions that have been made on their behalf. Good night, Shorty. Good night, Big Tree for Life. Good night, Titus. Thank you so much for the gift, Charlotte. We appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you very much. All right, and so that's been happening, and that's been going very well. And then, of course, some things need to be done. Like the court system needs improvement. Like the complainants and the defendants need to be aware of the correct court dates. People shouldn't have to be willy-nilly getting called out and nobody reaching out to them, and you having all this crisis with the court situation. It's a whole disaster. And so hopefully they get this situation fixed. Hopefully they get it right. Hopefully they get the situation resolved so that we don't have these kind of things happening with the court system that we have happening now, where persons don't know what's going on, or people getting called for the wrong dates and all that other stuff, you know. But persons, the situation has been going well so far, and I must commend the magistrates court, the workers, the employees, the police officers, and everybody who has been doing their part to make sure that the system runs as smooth as possible in Rock Sound, Eleuthera. All right. And drama from the courts, I was there, so I saw some stuff. Clyde Duncombe, how are you doing? Good to see you. I was there. And I saw some of the stuff, and then some of the stuff was told to me. Now, I understand, you know, we had a lady in Rock Sound who passed away. She's a popular lady, well known to the community, and we understand there was a little dispute involving the family, and it resulted in a fight. Somebody snatched somebody's head, yanked them back, and sling them on the ground, and so the whole family ended up in court. And the magistrate had to tell them, you all go and fix this, get the situation sorted out, and deal with it. So they had all kind of scuffles going on. Some people ain't putting the next one name in the obituary. All kind of things was happening. It's fighting, doing all kind of things. But the magistrate tell them, you all get it together and have it together before the funeral. Why the police have to be to your funeral? So hopefully they got it together. I think the funeral was supposed to have been today. I don't know if it was, but hopefully it was. And everybody did what they were supposed to do. And everybody behaved themselves. And I hear but no police action. And so, yeah, I'm guessing we were all good. Then there was a case from Graincastle that I got to hear. And in this particular case with Graincastle, I'll say this. Two gentlemen from Graincastle were scrapping over a piece of land. Okay? This has been going on for some time now. All of their cases were thrown out. Because Graincastle does not have a commonage. There's no commonage in Graincastle. Graincastle has a committee that tries to operate like a commonage, but they are not official. And so you may have land in Graincastle and believe